on my TikTok channel. How's it going? I'm going live as I do on YouTube and on TikTok. What's up? Happy evening, happy Wednesday. And as you come on in, I wanted to come on live and talk about the Ballerina Farm because a lot of people are talking about it on TikTok right now. And as a dancer, I've been intrigued by a lot of the videos. Just, yeah, of course, beautiful aesthetic. You know, Hannah and her husband, you know, they look wonderful and charming and gorgeous. And her dancing is really, really great. When you see her do her thing, when you see, you know, her reels of her doing, taking class and doing, you know, fouettes and turns. And so I don't know, it's just such an intriguing story that is coming out, and I don't know all the details. But the part of the story, hello everyone, how's it going? How's it going to everybody on my TikTok? How's it going to everyone on my YouTube? I'm trying to keep this sweet and just short and brief. But the Ballerina Farm, you know, apparently it was her dream to go to Juilliard, right? Hannah is her name. And everybody's making a big deal about it was her dream to go to Juilliard and become a professional dancer. But I think, at least as a dancer, at that age, you know, ideally you need to start booking jobs in order to, you know, book a job, get an audition, be in the room as a dancer to start making money as a professional dancer, because your body is only so young and only so agile and only so good as a dancer when you're young. Juilliard's a great program, but it's not a professional job. It's not like she was going to, you know, it's not like she was going to the Royal Ballet School to then become a prima ballerina, to become the principal or even the ballet corps, and getting paid to do it, right? I think Juilliard is mostly just training, is not just, but it's an education, it's training, it's school. So, you know, as a dancer myself, I keep coming back to my career, and in my early 20s, actually when I was 16 and 14 and younger than that, I was getting paid to sing and dance. Okay. I was getting parts and I was winning scholarships and I was getting paid to dance professionally, semi-professionally, you know, scholarships within the education system, on stage in competitions, as a teacher, and then professionally out of school and also within school. I was booking jobs. I was booking musical theater jobs and resort work on land, and I've done lots of cruise ships, of being a cruise ship dancer and a singer. So as a dancer, I do have to touch on the Ballerina Farm a bit because a lot of people are talking about it, and I think they're beautiful. They look beautiful, right? She's gorgeous, Hannah, and her husband, they look very charming and very Disney prince and princess idea. Their kids are lovely, right? They look wonderful, and she's a dancer, so I really resonated with that idea. And then I really got to think I got to think when everybody came online to start to say, you know, she gave up her dream for a man. Totally valid. You know, when people are kind of having that resistance, Hannah gave up her dream to become a dancer for a man, and now they're saying she's oppressed because she's in a farm and she's having to cook and clean and raise all of her children by herself. But the thing is, and I just want to come back to why it's so important to follow your first and number one passion as soon as possible. Ideally, pursue it like your parents should be pushing you. When you're 2 years old or younger, you know, especially now with the internet, if you want to be a dancer, you should put your kids into dance when they're 1 year old. Like as soon as they can walk, as soon as they can talk, get them dancing and get them singing, because it will just shape them as a great person, as a salesperson, as somebody who's hireable. Okay, so to everybody on my YouTube, Ahmad Hello, my name is Ekman. I'm from Indonesia. Hello, I'm from Canada. Hello to everybody on my TikTok. Judith, hi, welcome. Rash Edul Islam, I love you. I love you too. Español, ¿cómo estás? Mi amigo, mi amiga, sí? Muy bien. Español, how are you? What happens when you discover a passion later in life? Can you sing Pastel Pink? I can sing. Yes, I'm a singer, and I'm a professional dancer, and I'm a trained dancer. If you do discover a passion later on in life, I do want to say, Duolingo Spanish coded. Yeah, I can do a little bit of my version of English and Spanglish and Italian and Greece and French fluently, but it's how I speak it, but French pretty fluently. If you discover a passion later on in life, it's never too late. I just want to say it's never too late. Good enough, to be honest. I appreciate you. I am trying to really learn the languages and new languages, and yeah, because it gets me through. It gets me from A to B when I'm in Italy or when I'm in Greece. You from Quebec. I am from Canada. I'm from a small town in Canada. So if you discover a passion later on in life, I do want to say it's never too late. It's never too late to, put your dancing shoes on. It's never too late to start to sing. It, especially now, Gary Vaynerchuk says, even if you're 30, you're just starting out, right? So yeah, if you have a passion later on in life, it's never too late. Right? Like she can probably, Hannah, the Ballerina Farm girl, she could maybe discover a new passion, or maybe it'll lead her to something else, or maybe it'll lead her to, a dance studio within that farm, like a business idea. She's all over social media, start her own dance studio or whatever, right? Within that. If they give her that permission, if he gives her that permission, and they have the money to do it, right? But it's never too late to start your passion, and to really, if you discover something later, keep going. Do not stop learning, do not stop discovering. But this is why I just want to hone in and really make a point on, if you have a passion and you are good at something and you're talented, you have to start that craft very young, especially dancing and especially singing. The gymnasts, all the best gymnasts, the arrhythmic gymnastics, they start from a very young age because it's hardcore training, and your body can really only do it at that level for so long. Yes, I can still, dance well. I'm 30, but, obviously it was much easier. Well, not always. Sometimes when you're younger, it's important to just take action. And if you have a passion, if you are a professional dancer wanting to do that and dance professionally as a ballerina, as a tap dancer, as a musical theater performer, as a burlesque dancer, as just like a showgirl in a musical or in Las Vegas, you go to school, you get an education, or you right out of high school, you're booking jobs and you're auditioning. Ideally, you have a great agent. Ideally, you have great parents who really push you. And I don't know Hannah's upbringing, but she somewhere along the lines, she should have just started auditioning, not for just Juilliard, a school, an education, but to get paid to be a dancer, to really train, to really book a job, to train as a principal dancer, to be, in the ballet corps professionally, making money in her 20s, when she was 16, 14, right? Juilliard's amazing, but you want to get into those schools very young. So it's hard. People are really, they don't get, I don't think some people understand the dance world and what the dance world really entails and kind of what it's about, right? Of course, she's still young, but she had a choice. And that was her choice, to be with her husband and to have her children, the Ballerina Farm, right? Juilliard's a very, very big deal, but it's not like she booked a professional job where she was making tons of money. You know, it was perhaps just an introduction to her training, her education, that may get her into an agency, or, you know, the audition room in front of the people who will book her the job, to hire her and cast her, and so that she could be a professional, whatever it was, Swan Lake. I've seen it all, right? And she should have, well, she could have just moved around a little bit more. New York is great. New York is great, I think, for ballerinas. Yes and no. You know, New York is musical theater, it's Broadway, it's the Rockettes. You know, the ballerina world is, you really have to get into the right door to make money professionally doing it. So that's just my 2 cents. Who am I? Well, I've made money dancing all my life, basically. I've made money dancing and singing all my life. Okay, my parents really instilled that from a very young age, for me personally. But by the time I could walk, by the time I could speak, I was singing and I was dancing and I was putting on a show and entertaining. And I was making money from it as soon as I could do that legally or illegally. I don't know what the deal was, but I look at some of the old videos of myself as a kid and the stuff that my parents were doing and filming of me, and I go, like, I had very good talent. I say a lot of these videos of me as a kid just dancing and singing is worth money, okay? And that's what being a professional dancer is. Are you making money doing it? Are people willing to pay you for your dancing? Okay, so the ballerina world, yes, she had her foot in the door at Juilliard. Wonderful. But it wasn't a professional gig. It wasn't, you know, she booked a job as a professional dancer in Swan Lake. And, you know, and then she gave it away for her husband. You know, it was kind of, you know, I think it's okay. I think it's all good. You have to understand that, you know. Yes, you must start at an early age and have parents that guide you. Have you ever been in Vienna, Austria? Come and visit Vienna. I have friends in Austria and I would like to go. I would like to go. Yeah, of course I would visit. Yeah. I mean, sure, I haven't been, but I'd like to go. What if you are in a country where dancers don't make that much or don't make anything at all? Then get on the internet, post your videos on YouTube, post your dancing, your flexibility videos, your training videos, post them on YouTube, post them on TikTok so that you can monetize your accounts, or you can teach classes online, or get out of that country. Go to New York like I did. Go to Los Angeles. You guys, I went to New York when I was 23. This was after I was in Turks and Caicos and Jamaica and the Caribbean, working professionally on a resort called Beaches and Sandals. And I was making money as a dancer doing it, right? But I had to then leave Toronto, my small town, to book the job. I had my, you know, my bag on my back. Like any dancer will tell you this story. This is the dancer's life. So then I moved to New York and I was auditioning, and this is when I booked the cruise ship job. But I was teaching dance classes. I was teaching dance classes in New York. I was teaching dance classes on the side in New Jersey, taking the bus, you know, and really hustling. And sometimes that life is very, very hard. And really hustling. And sometimes that life is very, very hard, you know. And of course, the Hannah and the Ballerina Farm, of course, what she's doing now with her husband, that's also a challenge. You know, it looks like people are saying she's exhausted, and the dynamic between the two of them, and then all their kids, etc. But it looks like they have tons of money and tons of space and, you know, food. And so it's, being a dancer, trust me, it's wonderful, but it's also very challenging and hard, right? To make a decent living, to really excel at it. to book a job, right? She booked Juilliard, an education, a school, an educational institution, a school. She wasn't booking a Vegas job. She wasn't booking and making money as the prima ballerina in Swan Lake or the corps in a Russian ballet somewhere in Russia or in Europe or wherever in the world. Okay, so New York, trust me, I've been to New York and I've done the dancer hustle in New York as a singer, as a dancer, as a musical theater performer, blasting all my stuff on social media as I do. This is the hustle life, okay? It's side jobs, it's teaching, it's finding money. Are you still? It's a big commitment and a not easy thing to do. Kudos. Yeah, so both worlds. Her Ballerina Farm, it's a tough commitment. It looks like it's a tough gig, but pursuing a career as a professional dancer and making money because of it is also a tough gig. Hannah wasn't necessarily at that point, it seems, where she was making money doing it. So the grass is always greener, the grass is always greener on the other side. Even me as a professional dancer, I would be like, it would be so nice to have a boyfriend or a husband and just to like be in an apartment or a house right now and not have to be on a ship or not have to be on a resort or not have to be sharing a room or not have to be always in grind and hustle mode. Okay, so it's interesting. Everybody keeps talking about the Ballerina Farm, and I respect everybody's opinions on the religion, the idea of their relationship. But I just want to come back to your passion, your goal, what you pursued as a kid, the thing that lit you up as a kid, whether it was playing the guitar, singing, just dancing. If you are a dancer, start it as soon as possible or get your kids in dance as soon as possible and pursue that passion as soon as possible. Get it on film, get into audition rooms, get into the class, and start making money doing it as soon as possible, because that's the passion, but that's also making a living doing that so that you can eat, sleep, have a house for yourself, pay your bills. Okay, we all like to talk passion and dreams, but can you pay your bills? I have to side hustle all the time. I have to sell my fitness coaching packages. I have to sell my services in digital marketing, in network marketing, right? And I've had to make tons of sacrifices as a dancer, just talking as a dancer and as a singer, cutting people out, cutting out different people in networks and friendships and friend circles just to get to another level, to earn an income, to be able to live in an apartment, a decent apartment, while still pursuing the passion, right? The dream, being a dancer. So what would make it easier on any dancer, on a ballerina, on a jazz dancer, on a Vegas showgirl, on somebody wanting to just be a part of the Rockettes? Start your dancing as soon as possible. If you're a parent, get your kid into the door of an audition room with an agent, a talent agency that's very good. Push them to, push them, really push them, and then push them to teach and push them to post all their work on the internet, and send out every single email and headshot and resume that you have and every video that you have to every casting agent in the dance industry and in the theater industry, and in the ballerina world. And audition for a proper ballet company and audition for the actual show where you're getting paid. Audition for the actual company where you're getting paid. Audition or give your resume in to an amazing school where then you're teaching at Juilliard or you're teaching ballet at an amazing school and you're making an amazing income. So Hannah, the Ballerina Farm, she could do a little dance studio and make money off of her TikTok and her Instagram right there while she's with her husband and etc. So there's so many ideas, but pursue your passion. I think just people are going, oh, don't choose a man over your passion. Well, you can have it all, but sometimes you can't have it all, And so pursue your passion, but sometimes don't really get too emotional about it, Are you making money doing it? Are people paying to see you dance? That's it, okay? If they're not, why? How can you train to be better? And do it as soon as possible. If you're a parent, get your kid dancing as soon as possible. Get them into the audition room as soon as possible so that they're making money doing it, or at least teaching and making money doing it if that's their passion, so that, you know, it's a story, right? It's a story. It's somebody's life. It's the Ballerina Farm life, but it's a story. Right? People like to now create the narrative and do the reality TV, and I have compassion, but it's a story. So follow your passion, do it as soon as possible. I can tell my story, which is just the authentic truth, where I actually did run away to New York to do the hustle, to do and be in every audition room for Broadway musicals, for cruise ships. I had already been making money working on a resort at Turks and Caicos and in Jamaica. And I was just living that hustle life, okay? I chose to just follow that passion. I could have stayed in the Caribbean and been in love and, you know, fallen in love and had kids, or, you know, gotten married. But I chose to run away to actually New York. And it wasn't, I didn't run away to a Juilliard. I ran away to every single dance class at Broadway Dance Center. I ran away to steps at Broadway Dance Center. And then I did every single equity musical theater dance call. I sang for them. I went to every single cruise ship dance call. Princess Cruise Lines, Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean. I was seen by everyone. Disney Tokyo, right? Like Universal Studios. Okay, so I was seen by a lot of people, and I booked the job to go, and I've seen the entire world on somebody else's dime, working on a cruise ship, singing and dancing, and I made a living. And I didn't just have a husband, I've met an entire network of amazing people through Europe, through, you know, Canada, the United States. So it's just about choosing your passion, realizing when you have an opportunity, and you have to choose it instantly. You have to choose it, you know, like the Ballerina Farm. Okay, instantly she could have chosen Juilliard, but it would have been more valuable for her to just instantly go to Europe or instantly go to Russia and like book a job as the prima ballerina, or book a job as at least the core core ballerina. So she was making money, right? So that would have been her moment. That would have been her now moment decision. And then, okay, she doesn't get married then, or she finds somebody else and she gets married in Europe. You guys need to realize there are so many potentials, and there are so many probable versions of you and yourselves and potential lives that are playing out. You have to make the choice in the now. Because for me, it was, I could stay in the Caribbean and be in love, and yeah, he could have supported me, and it would have been actually great. I probably would have opened up a dance studio in the Caribbean. But I ran away to New York and followed my dream, which led to the cruise ship, which led to more eyes on me as an entertainer making money. Okay, I just chose, I love my passion. I love to sing and dance. I have to run away right now and follow the dream. I chased the dream. But it was, I have to make money doing it. I have to pay my bills. Okay, so I don't know, I'm getting spiritual, I'm getting deep, but you guys also need to be able to pay your bills. And as a dancer, you have to also be able to eat, survive, and pay your bills. So that's my 2 cents. It's kind of going over. Maybe I'll talk more on this, but it's kind of trending on TikTok, the Ballerina Farm, and Hannah and her husband and family. So I just wanted to talk about that because I did feel a connection as a dancer myself, who ran away to New York and then ran away on a ship, wondering, oh, do we choose love, or do we choose money, or do we choose our dream, or you know, do we choose a partner, or do we choose money? Like, this was my journey. Okay, take it for what it is, and I'm kind of choosing it all. really. I'm kind of choosing everything. But this was my journey, and I resonated with the story, of course. Everyone's kind of has their opinion on it right now, but I did. I kind of resonated with it because I'm a dancer, and only a dancer would know the truth about how you really feel about having a passion for dance. So I get that, but you guys, and to the dancers too, you have to pay the bills. You have to make money doing it. As an entertainer, you have to be making money doing it for your passion to live on and for you to chase the dream and for it to keep going. So get into the audition room, go and, book the class, go to New York, go to LA and take dance class, take every singing lesson, get your headshot and resume done. If you're a parent, get your kid on camera doing, dances and songs, and submit to casting, submit to every agency, submit to every theater company, submit to a ballet school, submit to the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, the National Ballet School. Submit to that young, in case she might not be making money as the young dancer, but then that will lead her to an audition room, to the director, to the casting agent for the ballet company, for a modern company, for a contemporary company, whatever that is. Do that. And you have to make the decision fast. For me, a lot of the choices were made for me. My parents did a lot of the pushing, a lot of the hustle for me. They were putting out the camera from a very young age, which I say now, I'm 30. These videos are probably worth money. Sell it. Like, I'm just going sell my stuff, like, I'm not going crazy, and but you could sell my stuff, you could sell that because it's worth something, but you have to realize you are worth something. Are people paying to see you dance? People have to pay to see you dance. To be a professional dancer and to follow the dream, you have to be a professional dancer making money doing it. Okay, so you have to make the decisions fast. You have to go to the audition fast. You have to invest your time and energy into it, and go to the schools and go into the classrooms younger. Like, you kind of got to get into the classroom at 2 years old. That has to be your first dance class. If you're a parent, get your kid and your child into the dance room at 2 years old or 1 year old, or as soon as they can walk. And that's it. That's basically it. Okay. Just some real talk on being a professional dancer, and then the Ballerina Farm idea, and the Disney story that comes along with that. And okay, then it's Disney. It's a Disney story, and people are going to write about it, right? It's great. Or she does a dance studio in her farm, and does all this content, like, the Tracy Anderson workouts. Tracy Anderson looks like she's on a retreat farm idea. It's really cool. It's what a lot of people are doing anyway, right? So maybe, who knows? Her husband might not be that artistic, or he might not be that open to. And I know their religion is is religion, right? It's their belief system. It's their structure. So hone in on your belief. If it's your passion, what is your God? What's your relationship like to God? What is your relationship like to reality? What is your relationship like to your parents? How you relate to the world? That opens up everything. That is your reality. You are the creator of your own reality, right? So I think it's gorgeous. I think it's okay. I think let it play out. I think everybody's fine, really, But this is just my story on being a professional dancer. And if you want to be a professional dancer, you have to make money doing it. And so start your dance class at 2 years old. Start your dance class at 1 year old. Start your dance class as soon as you can walk and speak. You start to sing, and get your parents to ideally film you because it'll be worth money, and people and agencies will pick you up, and you will be fostered talent. I've been blessed in show business. I've been blessed in the industry. Show business is one of the industries that really took care of me. It wasn't like I was making 10K months in show business, but it was an industry that took care of me for all of my life. I'm still showbiz. I'm still performing on camera, speaking on camera, live. It's an element of stage craft and entertainment, right? Where everybody's on social media, everybody's on video, selling or sharing their story. So that's my 2 cents on the Ballerina Farm, the two worlds, the one world, you being the one person in your reality and choosing that, but realizing it does come from a set of parents, a funneled down belief system, and then you choosing to either run away, break the ties, cut ties from people, to then create generational wealth or a different belief set of system, a different belief set and a different school of thinking for yourself and maybe for your family, or maybe just your network and the people that are inspired by your message. But that was the thing that also just got me into the room as a dancer. You can't think about the 9 to 5. You just need to think dance bag on my back, and you have to be in every single room, and then you're in the gym, and then you're teaching the class, and then you're sleeping a little bit, and then you're like, okay, where's my next apartment or Airbnb or sublet? Where's the next job? Okay, that's the gig. And maybe I'll do a follow-up on this because I am talking a lot on it. This is hello from Stockholm, Sweden. Love country music, but I also like bands like ABBA. I love it. We love ABBA. Mamma Mia, right? I did the show, right? Like, I know lots of Grease people as well. The show is great. When I first did Mamma Mia, I really actually love the music. Dancing Queen, it's great stuff. So you guys, I will do a follow-up video on this, just talking more about the dancer's life as a professional dancer, hustling and huffing it in show business, and the entertainment industry literally housing you, fostering you so that you are taken care of. And then the Ballerina Farms and the beauty of life and how it's all entertainment and it's all, God. It's all truth. It's all love. It's all, you run to pleasure, you escape pain, you act out of fear, you act out of love. Okay? But you have to make the decisions always in the now. And you're always making the decision in the moment, right? So good night. Ciao. I will do a follow-up video on this. Thank you for listening. Good night.